So I'm always getting pretty much like verbally abused and like shit down talked to by my dad, and I think that has stemmed probably quite a few amount of issues in my life. But I think it's making me a stronger person, I guess, and I've been getting a lot of guidance from Aaron Dowdy and Victor Odo, and like I literally just felt like I needed to make a video because this shit kind of lit up a little fire under my ass here to kind of like outspeak what I'm kind of like noticing that a lot of the collective is talking about. So Starseeds, we are waking up. We are on the rise. And this summer solstice energy has been absolutely, like, it's been very draining because it's getting all of the sadness and everything out so we can become new people. We can become who we are. All right, so like, I'm going to give you two examples. One that happened last week and one that happened today just now. So, let's just like a preface, like I'm obviously of age. I do not really speak to my parents because of their hatred towards me. But like we're not so distant that like we never talk. So, I mean, like, very randomly, maybe I'll talk to my mom once every few months, maybe it'll be a couple times and here and there. My dad, I seem to talk to him a little bit more because he's my landlord and he comes over for, like, my oldest kid and they go do stuff, so it's like I kind of see him a little more. This first thing I wanted to tell you guys about was... like last week, he had invited us to go out and have dinner for Father's Day, all right? So it's like, yeah, okay, fine. So I go. Now, I usually don't really start bringing up anything to talk about around him because, like, really and truly, like, I don't believe he cares about anything that's like actually going on with me, like as a soul or as a person. And that's just how he's very, very stuck in the third dimensional matrix. Very stuck in that. Like he believes it's work, pay bills, die. Like that there's nothing else. You know what I mean? Like, so he does not understand a lot of stuff that I'm into and like doesn't like it at all. So he was actually asking me, oh yeah, because this is just so funny. Like, I feel like my whole family kind of just outcasts me. And they always have. I've always been a little bit different, let's say. But my family is not close at all. Everybody's very spread out. I'm just going to walk and talk. I came here to the woods. I'm just going to go ahead and walk and talk. So, I hope the lighting doesn't catch me and make me look like a monster or anything, but I just want to walk and not stand in the same place. So recently my cousin became, there's two little groundhogs. Aww. Like, I love nature. I love animals. I love being in nature. I like to connect. Okay, so I've been like on this veganism path for, gosh, I want to say maybe almost like going into my third year. And of course it's baby steps to get there, but I do consider myself fully vegan pescatarian at this time. And, lo and behold, here we are out to dinner. I'm just kind of sitting there being quiet, watching my kids color on their menus, just trying to enjoy, well, he starts talking to me, and he's like, hey, can you tell me a little bit about how starting, you know, I feel like shit, I haven't been able to lose weight. Can you maybe tell me a little bit about this vegan diet and how you get started or whatever? And so I was thinking, okay, well, yeah, I can talk about this, you know. So I start talking about it, and you know, without going into the full detail, I was like, you know, basically it's like, start with cutting out cow milk first thing, start using almond milk. I'm like, basically just explaining the steps that I took to become like fully integrated in the vegan lifestyle. And then when I was done, he says to me, oh, so if I do this, am I going to have an up talk too? Am I going to talk like a valley girl? He's like, you sound like a valley girl when you talk. What's with your dialect? What's with your deflection or whatever? And I'm like, really? Like, I'm sitting here like trying to speak from my soul and like genuinely help someone to become vegan because I think they're interested, and they're sitting there, he's just basically making fun of the way I talk or whatever else. Like, I mean, I talk how I talk, my teeth are fucked up, I probably have a, you know, I don't know, like, I can't help who I am, I can't help how I talk. I don't want to be monotone. I want to be engaging when I talk. I mean, I make these videos. It's like, you know, I don't want to be overly anything. I am just talking how I fucking talk. Like, I'm not like trying to be any kind of a certain way. I'm just saying, like, just talking how I would talk. So, I mean, at this point, I had already been like, this was just like a really, really, it was like day 2 of like a 3-day complete down in the dark abyss depression of just loneliness and emotional pain and neglect. So I just started crying right then and there. Like, I wasn't like, you know, sobbing loudly or anything, but like very quietly, these tears are just coming out because it's painful when, you know, people that you would assume would love you just don't. And, you know, I've come to accept that I'm not loved. You know, and most days I can accept that. But, you know, I don't always really fully accept it. I just don't necessarily dwell in it and cry about it, you know. But, like, yeah, those tears were coming down. And I'm just sitting there trying to be... Oh, look at this spider in this web. Wow. Anyways, for anyone to just, it wouldn't really matter who it was. It's like for anyone to, when you're talking to somebody and you're really hoping that they get the content that you're sharing, like, it would be like if here I'm making a video on a certain subject that I feel is important and I feel it's important to share, and then, like, instead of just listening to what I'm saying, you're like, oh my God, look at her double chin, or oh my God, look at, you know, whatever. It's like, please just understand that it was for content. I was trying to give somebody useful information. If you don't like my voice or the way I talk, then I don't know. I mean, and before we even left, it's like I didn't say one more thing. It's like I just didn't even say anything at all. And then before we left, you know, we're like, okay, goodbye. It's like, you know, I just feel like you hate my entire existence. And he's like, no, or I don't hate your existence, just your voice and the way you talk, or something something stupid. And it's just like, I don't want that. I don't want that. Like, I just don't want that, I think that I have a lot of inner work to still do, because I believe that possibly being brought up by parents who hate everything about you has really attracted partners that hate everything about me. And it's hard to not hate myself, truly, because when everybody points out all this stuff that they hate about me, or they perceive about me, whether it's true or not, it's just, I don't know. It's not a good feeling, that's for sure. I know that much. I know it's not a good feeling. Anyways, I'm making a video because I've been seeing a lot of stuff posted by other starseeds, and it says, hey, you know what? When somebody starts coming at you like that, it's because they see that you're gaining your power. It's because they see that you're transforming into becoming stronger than you were, and for some reason some people cannot stand to see others shining with their light and becoming stronger. And I mean, that's unfortunate, but every day I have to remind myself I chose this. I came to Earth and chose this sadness and solitude and this abuse and neglect for a reason. And I don't quite know what the reason is yet, but I do know that I'm a starseed now, and I do know that I'm a light worker. So I'm just trying every single day to continue to heal myself and unravel all of this negativity that has been put into myself and into my soul, and shed that so that I can find out who I am, what I'm here for, on my mission, to awaken others. It's not always easy. And the second incident was today. Does anybody else get out to the woods? I really enjoy it in the woods. I know it seems like running off to the woods is isolating myself, but it's not, because I feel isolated when I'm around other people that are not on my wavelength. Here in nature, I know that I can connect with spirit, and I would love to have my love next to me. I would love to be holding hands with them. I mean, I'm never going to say that the option to not have true love would ever be better. Even if I do accept the fact that I'm here doomed to solitude for the rest of my life, as I've been this first half of my life, well, hopefully half. Gosh, don't you just want to die? I don't know. I hope I'm going sooner than later, but let's just say half, hopefully 3/4. I'm not a fan of being here on Earth at all. I don't like it. And so my other coaches and starseed friends are like, well, of course you don't like it. You're a starseed, we're an infinite being of light, and here we are stuck. But we chose to come here and be stuck. You know, I just gotta keep remembering that. But yeah, I really am looking forward to being done. But, you know, it's whatever. And so today, he decides to come over, like, randomly, too, and I hate that. I've told him, like, don't stop by. It's fine, it's fine. He was bringing something over for my son, and then he was actually going to mow the lawn, which, thanks for helping. You know, I don't want to sound ungrateful, which I'm not trying to do. But you know what? I do things in my own yard that I do. Like, I have a very small garden area. I can't do all this stuff. Like, it's not what I want to do. You know, when my husband was there, he would do it. He would take nice care of the yard. I actually prefer things overgrown. I like that look. I also feel like it's the season of my life. As a woman who's alone, physically anyways, to let my stuff overgrow. I planted wildflowers, and I just want them to overtake the border of the yard. I have herbs that I plant in pots. I have sage and rosemary. I have a sage patch that I like to pick from, and you know, like, I'm literally minding my own fucking business at my own fucking house, and here he's sitting here lecturing me, saying like, oh, well, you're a homeowner, we got to do this. Okay, first of all, back it up. I'm not a motherfucking homeowner. I'm basically like an abandoned freaking animal, or a cat, you know. I was like, basically an abandoned little kitty cat in this home, and I'm trying to just survive here right now. And he's like, well, why don't you just bend over and pick some weeds? And I'm like, because I wear dresses like this, and I'm not trying to show everybody my ass. Like, first of all, I had to get into it with him again, because I said, dandelions should not be poisoned. Okay, so here's the thing. When you talk to somebody who only has a third dimensional way of thinking, you're telling them, don't kill dandelions. The bees need them to survive. The air needs them to survive. We need bees for humanity to survive. They think you're crazy. Like, he's sitting here pulling up my fucking wildflowers. Like, and I'm like, can you stop? Like, I was like, literally, I bought seeds and I planted those, and you're fucking pulling them up. Like, that's rude. Stop. And he's like, it looks overgrown or whatever. And I'm like, it's supposed to look like that. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm like, you know what? I'm leaving. There's no. It's gonna do me no good to talk to him. He will never see my point. I don't want to say never, but I don't want to get into a discussion with somebody. I'm trying to enjoy my day and climb up out of my dark hole. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm getting on my bike then. I'm leaving. So I came here. I came to the park. And like right before I got on my bike, he like comes up to me on the sidewalk, like all close, and he's all like, you know, your unconventional ways of thinking, you're a kook. You can't feel sorry for yourself for being alone, because nobody's gonna want to be around someone who thinks like you. And I'm like, first of all, I don't feel sorry for myself that I'm alone. I'm just admitting to myself that I don't prefer it. However, I do prefer being alone as opposed to being around people who don't think like me. Not saying that I can't be around somebody who has different perspectives, but I can't just be around someone who thinks life is working, paying bills, and then going in the ground. I know too much to be stagnated, and I'm also not going to hang around people that I don't connect to on a certain level, whether that's a soul level, a sexual level, any kind of a deeper level, just for the sake of having some flesh and blood around me, because that's not what I talk about when I say I don't want to be alone. It's not that I don't want to be alone, it's that I'm fine being alone until I have that pure fucking connection with someone. I mean, it's like, there's plenty of people in my inbox who would want to hang out, but it's like, I'm not going to hang out with someone who stops right there and doesn't want to see into my actual being. That's not what I want. So he's just sitting here like he doesn't get it. Like I don't know. I mean, I can see some real hatred in his eyes when he was saying that to me too. He's like, you're just a kook. You're whatever the fuck that means. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even give a fuck. But it's like, wow. So then it makes me think, all right, so let's say most of the people in the world actually are like him. And very small amounts of people in the world are like me. And I can, at least where I'm from, I mean, I have met one person in the last however many years, maybe one person out of all times, if I really, really thought. And I mean, I've had what I thought have been okay connections with someone, but this one is something else. Like, I'm fine being alone if it's not that. I mean, I've chased plenty of people away because I don't like their energy. So I'm being true to myself. But then it's like, I also do like to give people a chance. I mean, I do try to say, okay, well, I kind of enjoy them around. Like, they're okay for company, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay to have friends around and have company, but when it comes down to it, I'm not going to just be hanging with somebody just for the sake of having anyone there. Like, I don't want just anyone. I want, like, the freaking love of my life, you know? So if it's not that, then I don't want anything, basically. And so it's funny because he really thinks this whole, like, I'm all pissy about being alone. Like, no, I'm really not. But, like, don't bitch at me about you don't like the way my yard looks because I'm the one tending to the yard. You don't like my long wildflowers. Well, that doesn't matter. Like, why does it matter if I want to have long wildflowers growing in my yard? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Anyway, he's probably fucking picking everything I just planted. It's just rude. Like, I really do, I don't know. You know what? Maybe in a different life I'll come back as somebody who gets the perspective of a happy, close family that, like, loves you. And that's just not what it is right now. It's just not. So it's okay. It's fine. I'm here in the woods. But I'm going to end the video by saying, hey, Starseeds, don't be discouraged if people in your life are saying this kind of shit to you, because it's them that's hindered, really. It really is. And it's like, it makes you feel sorry for them, kind of, but like, you know, that's what they're doing. Everybody's on their own path. Everybody has their own awakening in their own time. So like, we're sent here to kind of help people awaken. And you know, there's just going to be a lot of haters, apparently. Or maybe you just notice like one specific hater that gives you shit, and it's probably somebody a lot of the times that you would assume should be more on your side about things. But you know, it's fine. If I don't stop my unconventional way of thinking, I'm doomed to be alone forever. All right, well, okay. Whatever, right? All right, so I guess that was that video. Anyways, I hope everybody's having a beautiful summer solstice day, a beautiful summer solstice weekend, and you know, don't let people bring you down. I'm gonna go riding again. Namaste.